Hi there. Right, so a wee bit late to this, but I did promise a little bit of history of the cottage. Um, so I'll tell you what we know, which, having to be honest, is not a great deal at the moment. However, hopefully that will change as we move on. So anyway, when we bought the property, it was listed by the estate agents as being built around 1890. And looking at the construction of the building, the actual layout and stuff of the main cottage, without the extension on the right hand side as you look at it, would be fairly typical of that time, of a building constructed for farm workers to use. So I've done a wee bit of research online looking at old maps, and I found a couple of Ordnance Survey maps. So the first one is from survey that was the survey date was 1859, and there's certainly evidence on that map of some buildings at the spot where the cottage is, although the configuration looks slightly different to what it is now. Moving on a little bit further, there's another map. These are Ordnance Survey maps, by the way, so fairly reliable, one would think. So yeah, the 1901 map certainly shows a building which would be consistent with where the cottage is now. So yeah, so that's there. So fairly in line with each other, the date-wise and stuff like that. However, when you look at the actual cottage, there's this thing throws up a little bit of an anomaly. So we didn't notice this initially, but beside what is the front door currently, there's this inscription in the brickwork, which appears to say 1684, 1684. Below it, there's also what appears to be a T, and then a love heart possibly, and a W. Now, where this has come from, I've no idea. Who did this? No idea. Who T is and who W is? No idea. We do know that, having spoken to our nearest neighbours just up the road, that their property was built probably about 20 years prior to this. So yeah, so that's at the minute. Can't tell you any more than that, other than this inscriptions there, which is fairly interesting. We're just looking to see, once we get into the cottage and start doing the renovations in there and start ripping all the cladding off the walls, who knows? There might be some other clues behind the cladding that we obviously can't see at the minute. In addition to that, the the people that we bought the property from are helpfully they were visiting some relatives over the Easter weekend, which is the weekend just gone, and they were going to be speaking to older members of the family just to see whether they would provide any old photos or documents or tales or whatever regarding the cottage, which might give us a bit more information on the history of it. There's also not far from where we are, there is the Angus Archives, which is basically like is what it says. It's an archive of old documents and relating to all round Angus. It's based at Risteneth Priory, which is, like I said, not far from where we are now. So I am at some point, when I get the time, going to have a visit there, and see if that can shed any further light on the cottage. So that pretty much is the history as we know it at the minute. As I say, once we find out any more, we'll certainly update you with that. So yeah, so we'll just leave you with a couple of slides or a couple of images of what we hope the cottage will look like once we've completed the extension and the renovations. These are just simple 3D images of the architects done from the plans that they made up. And last but not least, to just finish on a little bit of a, hopefully put a smile on your face. It's been very, very windy here, which I understand has been elsewhere in the UK. So we'll just finish with a wee picture of Louis sat enjoying the wind. All right, take care. We'll post another update soon. Okay, speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.